Hello and welcome. Today we are starting our very first chair fitness class. My name is Diana. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm so excited that you're here to move with me today. So this is our new class. It's called Chair Fitness, and we're going to be using just a couple of supplies today. It's our sturdy dining room chair. We're going to use a wall potentially for balance, and then we want a flat and supportive surface beneath us. You can do this class either barefoot or in your tennis shoes. And I just wanted to throw the date in here since we're recording. Today is February 22nd, 2024, and this is our very first chair fitness class. In addition to the supplies that I just mentioned, I want you to have some water close by and be able to hop up and grab a sip of that as you see fit throughout. Today, we're going to be focusing on the entire body. We're going to begin by getting in touch with the body. We'll move into mobility. We'll move into stretching from there. From that, we're going to move into balance, and we're going to finish up today with strength. We're going to cram all of that into our handy dandy half hour, and I just hope it feels really good in your body today. So we're going to go ahead and get started. We're going to take a seat on that chair that we have, and I'm going to have you move your hips up to the front edge, find your feet to be about shoulder distance apart. Soften your shoulder blades down your back, and we're going to close our eyes down, and we're going to start with a quick intention setting. And the intention that I want you to try out today, I'm going to have you invite this in. It's a mindfulness practice of just labeling in your body, this feels this way. So how that might look is when we stretch our hamstrings, maybe you say, stretching my hamstrings feels good, or I'm observing that my hamstrings feel tight. And we're just labeling within our mind how the body is showing up. And so it might be positive, it might be neutral, and it might be negative, but we're bringing our awareness into our body just by trying out that labeling practice. And afterward, I want to connect with you and hear how that goes. So beginning in our chair position, I'm just inviting you in to take a moment to examine how does your body feel? And then in your mind, maybe you give that feeling a little label. Today, I feel at ease and comfortable in my joints. We're going to bring one hand to the heart center, one hand to the belly center next, and we're going to try out something called diaphragmatic breathing. We're drawing our belly breath all the way down, and we're going to try moving our belly hand rather than our heart hand. And so this breathing style is going to use the entirety of the lungs and also all of the core supporting muscles in addition to that. So we'll go ahead and take 10 deep breaths this way. And I'm going to have you draw the air in through your nose. And I want you to see if you can have just the belly hand lift and the chest hand stays flat. And then exhale. Push the air out. You're going to feel the belly hand move back in, but the chest hand stays flat. We'll try 9 more like that. Breathe in. Fill the breath all the way into the belly. Exhale, press the air all the way back out. Inhale, fill all the way up. Exhale, press the air all the way out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Inhale. Exhale. Take a big breath in. Press that air out. Inhale. Exhale. Last 2. And last 1. Excellent. Release your arms down by your sides. Maybe you open your eyes back up. I hope that that felt great. Maybe connecting into your body that way. And we're going to start off dynamically by taking a full body torso twist. So both arms are going to rotate over to your right side. Left hand hooks outside of the left thigh. Turn your head, your spine is tall, and look over your right shoulder. Pause there. Take a breath in. Notice if you can twist a little bit deeper on your exhale. And then bring your body back through the midline. Bring that right hand outside of the left thigh, sit up tall. And then exhale, look over the other shoulder. Let's try another breath in and another breath out. And then let's go ahead from here and take it side to side. So we'll look over the right and over the left. One more time, tall in the spine, over the right and over the left. Great work. Go ahead and come back to neutral and release. Next, we're going to take our shoulders through a series of circles. Our first circles are called shrug circles. So we're just going to leave the arms relaxed and lift the shoulders up by the ears. On our exhale, depress your shoulder blades down and back, and then rotate forward and up again on our inhale. Depress down and back on our exhale. Let's take 3 more like that. Here's 3 and 2 and 1. We're going to make extensions of our shoulders by resting our fingertips near our shoulders or on our shoulders. And we're going to take that same pattern, sweeping the elbows forward and then down and back. There's 5. Here's our inhale and exhale. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then last but not least, we'll make our arms a full extension of our shoulders and reach up and forward and press back and down, moving with breath. Inhale as you come up. Exhale as you press back and down. Here's 3, 4, and 5. Excellent. We're going to rest our hands in our laps. Relax your shoulder blades. And then take your hands out to the edges of your chair. Maybe your chair is like mine where you can hook your fingertips. And we're going to drop our chin down to our chest. And then we're going to gently roll our right ear over to our right shoulder. You might find that pulling a little bit on this left hand hooked on the chair feels good. And then drop your chin back to the midline. Roll that left ear over to the left shoulder, pull on the right side of the chair. And then let's do that again. Drop the chin back to the middle, come over to the right. Maybe you pull on the left side of the chair to deepen the stretch. Come back through the midline, roll over to the left, give that right side of the chair a little pull. Great work. This time we're going to go over to the right, but then we're going to lift the chin up and take that circle all the way around to the left. And then we'll go up to the left, lift that chin up high, and come back down to the right. One more time each way. Let's go up and back to the right. And up and back to the left. Great work. Take a tall spine again. One more little piece for the neck. We're just going to look over the shoulder to each side 3 times. We're keeping the rest of our torso still and stable and tall, unlike our earlier twist. Good. 3 and 3. And then finishing up here in our seated position, let's bring our palms to our thighs. We're going to take a seated cat-cow. So I want you to think of your spine moving from a right side C to a backward C. And we're going to take that back and forth. So we're going to draw our hands down our legs, but we're going to pull our spine towards the back of the chair. Drop your chin to your chest, making our spine into a C shape. And then we're going to slide our hands back up our thighs, lift our chin and our chest. We're making our other C shape the other way. 3 more like that. So we're gonna see forward, drop the chin, hands slide down the thighs, and then hands slide up the thighs, lift the chin and the chest. Good. 2 more, slide the hands down the thighs, round, and arch. 1 more time, rounding, and arching. And then come to neutral and release. Great work. We're going to move to coming up to stand, and we're going to get into some stretches and some other dynamics. We're going to start off with the hips. I'm going to have you come to stand beside your chair, or you can even be behind your chair if there's some space there for you. We're going to take our right knee up and out to the right, and then we're going to draw it across the body and bring it up to that left side. Let's take 3 of those. 1 and 2 and 3. Go ahead and set that foot down. We'll take our left leg out to the left, across to the right, out to the left, across to the right. 1 more each way. And release that foot down. Great work. Next, we're going to put our right foot up on our chair. I'm still using that backrest for support. And then I'm going to invite in a soft bend in that knee. From the hips, we're going to hinge over that leg. Keep using the backrest of the chair or bring your fingertips down to the chair to stretch out that hamstring. Observe that the left toes are pointing towards the chair here, and we're stretching the back side of that right leg. Take a big breath in, and then fold a little further on your exhale. Make your way back up to a tall spine. We're going to stay here, and I want you to see if you can switch to holding your chair with the left hand and opening that right arm out to the right. We'll hold this twist for a breath in and a breath out. Come back, rest that right hand back to the chair. We're going to spin our left foot out to the left, 90-degree angle, and then we're going to tuck our tailbone and open out that left arm to open the front side of the hips here. Pause, take a breath in and a breath out. Great work. Let's go ahead and release that leg down. If it makes sense to you to come around to the other side of your chair. And now we're going to take that whole series on the left leg. So left leg's elevated, soft bend in the knee, and we're going to hinge at the hip and fold over that leg. Take a big breath in and deepen the stretch a little bit more on your exhale. Make your way back up to that tall spine. We're going to switch our hand that's on the chair. So now we've got our right arm on the chair, twist open to the left. Take a breath in, deepen the twist on your exhale. Come back through the midline. We're going to pivot that right foot out, and we're going to open out to the right. Tuck your tailbone, press your hip forward, take a breath in, and a breath out. And then we're going to release all the way back down. Let's join back over on the other side of the chair. We're going to put our right foot back up, and you can wiggle your left foot back a little bit. From here, we're going to tuck our tailbone and we're going to push our hips forward to stretch the front side of our left hip here, okay? If this is a little bit much for you to lift your foot up on the chair, I'm going to have you take a standing version of this same stretch that looks just like this, okay? So we've either got our foot up or we've got that standing stretch. Either way, we're stretching the front side of that left thigh. Take a breath in and deepen the stretch on your breath out. And then if you'd like, let's come around to the other side of your chair. We've got our left foot up. We're going to stretch the front of that right thigh, tuck the tailbone, and press the hip forward. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. Great stretching. Let's release. And then our next exercise, we don't need our chair for. We're going to take some dynamic forward fold. So we're going to breathe in, reach our arms up high. Exhale, fold all the way down. Maybe you touch your toes or your ankles or your shins. And then we're going to curl up one vertebrae stacking at a time. Your chin is going to rise last. Reach your arms overhead again. Exhale, forward fold all the way down. And then begin that slow curl up. One vertebrae is stacking at a time. Beautiful. One more time. Reach high. Forward fold, bow all the way down. And then slowly curl all the way up to stand. Great work. Our last piece here is going to be either some teapots or some overhead side bends. It depends on your shoulder comfort and mobility today. So our teapot version is we're going to slide one hand down our thigh and we're going to pop our other hip out so we feel that whole side body stretch. And then we'll take it the other way. If your shoulders are in great health, let's reach our arms up overhead on this one instead and catch our opposite wrist, pull over to that side. All right, so I invite in either one of those versions, and we're gonna take 3 of those side bends to each side. There's 2, and 2, 3, and 3. Reach up high and release your arms down. If you need, go ahead and grab a quick sip of water. We're going to move into our balancing exercises next. Our first balancing exercise is actually going to work the upper body strength a bit, and it's going to work our lower body stability. We're going to start by making either a kickstand out of our right foot, or we can rest the inner edge of that right foot on our shin, whichever version makes sense for you with your balance, okay? And then we're gonna take our arms in a forward reach and then pull our elbows back like we're performing a row. Reach our arms forward and pull back. And we're gonna take 10 of those balancing on that one leg. Here's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Great work. Relax your arms down. We're going to switch the feet. So if you used kickstand, take it on that side as well, or take your full balance. And this time we're going to take an overhead reach to a pull. And I want you to think that this looks a lot like a lat pull down or a pull up. So here's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Great work, friends. Release your arms down and let's take a moment to hip shift and work that out a moment. Our next exercise, I'm going to give you 2 options again. The first version is a giant step where we're going to step back and up to our original place. Step back and step up. If you find that you need more than that, we're going to take a giant step and we're going to bring it into a knee driver and then back into a giant step into a knee driver. So I'm going to invite you to try out whichever version you want. Of course, you have the backrest of your chair here if you'd like to use that. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with that right leg moving. We're planted through the left leg, and we're either going to take a giant step and step up, or we're going to take that knee driver. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Great moving. Bring the feet side by side and we'll take the second side. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and release that foot down, side by side, and you can move about to release the hips. All right, great work there. That's our first 2 balance exercises. Our last balance is a 3-directional leg raise. And this is one where you might use the back of the chair close by if you need it. We're gonna take our right leg straight forward. We wanna use the hip flexor and keep the lower leg relaxed. And then we're gonna take that leg out laterally. And then keeping the torso tall, we're gonna push that leg back using the glute. And we'll take 4 more like that, so 5 total. Forward, side, and you can play around with releasing the chair if you'd like, and back. Here's 3, 3, and 3, 4, 4, and 4, 5, 5, and 5. Release. Good. Some hip movement might feel good. And then we're gonna move ourselves over to the other side of our chair and take our second leg. 5 rounds forward, side, and back. And maybe you're able to play like a little hot potato over here with the chair, only using it when you need it. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Great work, friends. Let's grab some water. And we're gonna finish up today with a few rounds of our strength exercises. Our first exercise is called a P-squat, and we're gonna use our chair for that. We're gonna take our feet shoulder distance apart. Your toes might be just slightly turned out, and we're gonna bring our hands up behind our head and interlace our fingers. Pull your elbows back so your chest is open. And then draw your navel center in towards your spine. We're gonna take a seat and come up to stand. We're trying to avoid using those arms. We're gonna take 10 chair squats, all right? So let's go ahead and get started there. Hands come up, interlace the fingers, bring them back behind your head. If that's too much, arms on your hips or by your sides is absolutely acceptable today. Here we go, we're gonna sit back and then press equally through the feet to come up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Release your arms down. Our next exercise is a hip hinge. I want to invite in, if you have some light or even medium weight dumbbells, you could grab those. And our hip hinge is a movement that actually counterbalances our squat. So we're going to bring our hands or our weights right down our thighs, hinging at our hips. And then we're going to press our hips back forward to extend our body back up tall. Think like a hinge in a doorway, but just on its side, okay? So we're hinging down and pulling up tall. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Great work. Our last exercise is a plank on our chair. I'm going to give you 2 variations. One is a high plank. We're going to put our palms down. We're going to square our shoulders right over our wrists and then step our feet back to hold. Our slightly harder version, we're going to bring our forearms down to that chair, square our shoulders over our elbows, and then step our feet back and tighten up through our hips and core. Okay, we're going to hold this for about 30 seconds. Go ahead and move into whatever version works for you. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then we're walking our feet back in and make our way back up tall. Great work, friends. We're going to go through that one more time. So back to our peace walk. Let's bring our feet out shoulder distance, hands back up behind the head or back to your sides or on your hips. And we're going to squat to our chair and stand. 10, 9, 8, 7, good, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Release those arms down. We're going to move to having our feet just beneath our hips, hands to the front of our thighs. Think our door hinge here. Come down to mid shin and pull tall. You can use your medium weights, your light weights here, whatever you need, or just work the movement without weight. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then we're going to use that chair again. Maybe you try the other version of the plank, high plank or low plank. Palms or elbows down. Square those shoulders right over the elbows. Step your foot back 30 seconds here. Tight glutes and lift the belly button center. Great work. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and walk those feet back in. Great work today. I hope that this way of moving felt really good in your body. I'm going to lead this class every other Thursday moving forward, and I'll send out the recordings when the class is complete. If you have any questions that came up throughout your time moving today, you can email me at diana@bridgefitnesstraining.com. And after I end the recording, I'd love it if you stuck around and gave me any kind of insight or feedback that you might have after our first class. Take care and have an awesome rest of your day. And I will see you soon, hopefully in our next Chair Fitness class. All right, take care. Bye-bye.